So on our last episode, we actually did a lot. We made a star sound. That was one of the things that we did. And
I liked it in SFX, and I liked it even more when it was in game.
Yeah, it worked out nicely. So we have high score and score indicators. We got the gameplay is nice, and we've got collectibles now. So you can get 100 points extra each time that you collect one of these things. And we've got cool particles that now splash across the world as we travel. And they're the same colors as our other stuff. And when we die, we have a huge explosion. And it looks cool. And we have a game over, and evidently we can keep collecting things. So that's actually a bug. It did boost our high score. It did boost our score. So one of the things that we want to do is let's fix that real quick. So our gib on collide on trigger, I'm going to add a little feature to it. Right now, it just wants to destroy whatever thing that it is, right? I'm going to make it so that we can specify. If we don't specify something, it'll destroy whatever it's attached to, so the behavior will be the same as it was before. But if we do specify something, we'll destroy something else. So public game object target. Destroy target. And so we're going to go in void start. If destroy target equals null, then we will set destroy target equal to game object. And then what we're going to do is, instead of destroy game object, we're going to do destroy target there. And if we hit save on this, now everything should work the same, but we'll be able to specify. So like gib on trigger here, we can specify a destroy target. We're going to give it to our parent here. And that way, when we die, it will destroy all of us, including the things that we're continuing to exist and do things when we didn't want them to. So let's look at doing the collection thing. Still works, that's good. I'm going to kill myself with a star in front of us to see if it works. It worked, cool. That solved our problem. 404 not found for score. Alright. So, save scene, save project, and good. So let's check that in. Source tree. Whoops. Whatever. We're gonna do this. Commit. We're gonna call this fix for collecting stars after death. Also fixes sound bugs related to colliding after death. Push commits immediately to origin. And so what are we going to do? So we've got the stuff. So most of our work tonight is going to actually not be on the game on this episode. We're going to be doing some meta stuff. We are going to need to get some screenshots. So I'm going to go into our documents folder. So I'm going to just do like reveal in Finder here, or reveal in Explorer is I think it's show in Explorer is what it's called on Windows. And I'm going to go to make a game now. And we've got our documents folder that has this very lovely GDD. So I'm going to create a new text document. Using TextEdit, if you're on Windows, just use WordPad. And we're going to call this submission materials. I'm just going to go ahead and save it right now. We're going to call it submission text is what I'm going to call it. And we're going to put it into Dragfire, make a game now, documents, save. And so things that publishers are going to ask us. Some of them will ask us more questions than others. Some of them will ask us less questions. I'm just going to put ones that I know typically show up. So we're going to need a title for the game. Game title. We're going to need a short description, long description, keywords,
age, target, or whatever.
Age.
iOS
We're going to
asks
be.
about that.
They do ask about it, but I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious. We want it to be as open as possible. We don't do anything like there's nothing that classifies this badly. I don't think we don't
No.
swear or anything, right? So I guess we'll put rating in here. Rating as I'll just fill this one out as open as possible. That's what we're going to set that to. So short description, long description, keywords, game title, and usually they might have a category, and that one's kind of hard to pre-do just because different groups will have different categories. But I'm going to put like a general idea of what we want in there. So game title, I'm going to call this Grid Cruiser. We could call it Make a Game Now, but I think I'm going to actually give it a game title name. And our short description is, let's look at what we have in our GDD for this, actually. So we could call this our short description. I think that's probably not a great description for the game, but I'm going to leave it there for right now. As a cube trapped in a... Here's our story, by the way. As a cube trapped in a infinite cyber prison, you must survive as long as possible before the pillars of fate destroy you in a spectacular fashion. In a cruel infinite cyber prison. You must survive as long as possible for the pillars of fate destroy you in a spectacular fashion. Collect stars for some reason. Points, I guess. Points are good. Cylinders. I can never spell this freaking word. At least I was able to do enough that the spell check was able to... are bad. This game was created in real time at on the show Cooking with Unity. Oh yeah. So web address is another thing. Address, support address, email, support email. Please go to http://www.cookingwithunity.com if you want to find out how to make your and publish your own games like this one. And I'm just gonna do this instead of the third-person dodging game thing. Double tap the left or right side of the screen to move left or right. Double tap either side of the screen to dash momentarily in that direction. To uncontrollably dash it momentarily in that direction. And I think that means it automatically collected it. Hit save. So game title, Grid Cruiser, short description, long description. So web address, we're going to probably put http://www.cookingwithunity.com. Support address, if they allow us to do support email in here, I'm going to do it. I know that sounds strange, but sometimes they allow either. Support email will make the same, and actually we don't want it to be dragfire@gmail.com. We want it to be We're going to do support at makeagamenow.com and support at makeagamenow.com. Category arcade action arcade action infinite runner. If there's a category for that, I'm just going to put those in. These categories may be subject to change based on publisher settings. Keywords. What do we want to say? Infinite runner, 3D, arcade, retro, cyberspace, collision avoidance. I don't know. I'm bad with keywords. Rail shooter, on rails, learn game development. Alright, so that's probably most of the textual content for right now. We might come back to that a little bit more later. I'm going to go ahead and check this into our repository, basic submission text stuff, which commits immediately to origin. And what are we going to do? So now the other things that we're going to need is screenshots. So I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call this submission screens. And these ones I'm just going to make undoctored images from the game. We're going to use the things that we already set up before. And actually, these are things that we're going to have to remove at some point when we actually go to do this stuff. I'm going to put that into Asana real quick. Asana. So let's update what we're doing on Asana. So features we need for release: remove screenshot utility script. That's important. Credit screen, we did that. And we didn't do any of those things. Alright, cool. Descriptions, metadata, that's basically what we're working on right now. I'm going to go ahead and mark that I'll leave it for now. And icons and screenshots. So, forgot about icons, that's important. So, what are we going to do? We're going to do some screenshots. So, let's get set up for that. If we go into game, we've got our screenshot resolution. I want to use that. We're going to switch to maximize on play. And we're going to start this in scenes title screen. So we're going to hit play. I'm going to get a screenshot when we have colors that we like. So kind of like that. So there's a grid. There's our title screen. I'm going to do the high score screen. I'm going to do the credits screen. We're probably not going to use all these, so I just want to have some stuff in here. And we will do that. Nah, I don't even want that screenshot. I don't even know what I'm doing. Start game. So let's get some screenshots of the game. Let's get some action screenshots. Shoot, I want to actually collect one of these stars so that we have cool particles.
And we had the camera angled.
Yep. That was intentional.
I think with the stars you can beat your high score.
Oh, I died.
Not if it does that.
Yeah. We're just hitting P to do screenshots every once in a while here.
Oh, that's what caused
The stuttering, yeah.
Yeah. Caused you to crash.
Whew. This game's cool. I like this game. Alright. So, that should probably be enough screenshots. We can probably pick some that will be good for what we want. So let's look at the screenshots we just made. So I'm first going to get rid of the ones that were from a different date. I don't even care about these ones anymore. They're so out of date. And we're going to look at these. So let's see what we got. So Grid Cruiser, that's cool. That's cool. Definitely not that one. That one's okay. Okay. That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. All right, so let's start doing this by elimination. So so keep it, delete it, trash. Keep it for now. Keep definitely.
That's one of my favorites.
This one right here, or this one?
Just because of the colors of the
Yeah, I like that
green.
one too. I like that one not as much. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Actually, let's see what else we got here. Definitely don't want that one. Let's get rid of that one. Is that the one I was looking at? Yeah, okay. Just looked different in that little tiny little preview. Don't want that one. Definitely don't want that one. That one's okay. Cool. That's a good one. It has stars in there too. That one's okay, and that one's horrible. So we've got how many screenshots total? If we did all of these, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so usually they want between like 5 and 10 screenshots, so I'm going to actually move it to 10. We're just going to get rid of one more shot that we don't want. Let's get rid of that one. I don't like that one. And let's prioritize these. So this one is title screen, so I'm going to call this shot 1. We're going to make our favorite gameplay shot the main shot. So what's the one that we like the most? Is it this one?
That's one of my favorites. I also kind of like that one.
Yeah. I'm going to go with this one. This is going to be our main shot. 0. Let's see. We'll do this as shot like 10. Actually, let's do it shot 3. Let's do another gameplay shot as shot 2. Let's do the one with the purple stars, with the blue stars. Yeah, let's do this one, shot 2. And then the rest of them can really be in whatever order they want to be in. So I'm just going to do, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm going to get rid of this title screen PNG. We don't need that one anymore. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these, and we're going to put them into documents, submission screens, and we're going to paste those items. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and add these to our thing here. So this will be a little bit of an upload for the commit. Submission screenshots commit.
Does Unity Basic allow you to change the splash screen?
Unity Basic does not allow you to change the splash screen, so we will not be changing the splash screen. But we will need an icon, so we'll work on that next. What are we doing? I'm going to see what we got in the channel. Open link in new tab. We are looking at the screen, right? I didn't do anything really dumb, right? Okay, good. Please stand by. Oh, good. Whew. Whew. Was worried there for a moment. I was worried for a moment. We are back. I was saying on the last episode you should check the sound effect of death. It ends too fast and abruptly. Could a pillar and star spawn in the same place? It totally can. I was thinking about that, but I'm not sure if that would affect the gameplay anyway. I mean, the score higher or something. Not sure about that. I can't remember the code for the star. What about the star collide with the star? It will not collide with the other stars. We only have collectibles collide with collectors. Still need to license a font. Well, we actually don't, because we got a royalty-free font and we put that in, so we don't have to license anything. But if it did have a license that we did need to do in, we'd have added that to our licensing thing and put it in the credits. But yeah, so yeah, we have a custom font. We don't have to worry about anything. We're not using Arial. Arial probably would have been fine. Generally, you don't see much action on that one. But yeah, so we're using a free-to-use font called something Sans, like Code Sans something from Font Squirrel, and it's not CC0, but it's royalty-free to use for commercial products. So and so we got submission screens, we got submission text. We're only 25 minutes into the episode, 23 minutes into the episode, so we can actually keep working on our project a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and say that we're close enough with the materials that it'll be pretty smooth when we do and we'll do more work on them as we publish on each platform as well.
Are we going to work on getting an icon?
Icon. Yes, you're right. Icon. We got to do that first. So, our icon, what do we want to do for that?
Maybe we can put a star and cube together.
All right, let's do that. Let's make a little
in the game paused and like tilt them so it looks like they're hanging out or something.
All right, I like it. So I'm going to go to level 1, and we will just I'm just going to hit play until we get a star, and I'm going to see if we can get like a star and a cube to be happy together. All right, so we're going to pause it. Let's see what happens if we move the camera around here. I'm going to move the game scene so we can see it while we do things. I'm going to grab our camera, and we're going to... Actually, I'm going to try and find a dramatic angle using the editor. Let's move this star in a little bit. We definitely don't want to apply this to the prefab because I didn't move the star itself. I moved like the child, but we're not going to worry about that. Let's change. Even though the star will always be the same color as the player, I don't like it for our screenshot purposes. So let's go to the player and change his color. We're going to go to Hero Protagonist here, and I think we can just adjust the hue. And if we do one frame, it'll change. There we go. So what's a good color to use? Let's do... There we go. Red and green. So let's try this angle. And let's dolly this a little bit.
Move them and tilt them slightly so it looks like they're high-fiving or something.
Let's do it. We're going to put our hero, we're going to just grab him and rotate him somewhat. let's do the. Let's grab this thing and tilt it kind of in the Z. No, not in this. Oh yeah, this has got horrible properties. Okay, it looks like he's kind of pushing him over, but I think I'm going to stick with it. And if we do, if we click on our camera, where's our camera? You really are cracking up. Where is our camera? We're going to do camera. We go to assets. No, game object align with view. There we go. Now we have it in our game scene.
It really does look like he's bullying the cube.
Yeah, it does. I kind of like it though. And we're going to disable the high score. I'm just going to delete them here. Remember, anything you do in play mode doesn't save, so we can just play with it as much as we want. And I'm just going to make sure that our camera is as centered as we can get it. Let's do... We've got 4x3. I'm going to create a new one. We're going to call it a aspect ratio of 1:1. This is going to be our square aspect ratio, which is useful for doing icons because icons generally have a square aspect ratio. So, so we're going to want to pull our Z back a little bit. We're kind of fighting this thing now. So there we go. I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and yeah, that's going to be our icon. That's as much work as I want to put into it. So we're going to... This is actually ironic because like this is the first time that the cube has ever been the same color as the background, even though he's normally would be red and this would be green. I don't care. And so let's save this as a... so how can I do this as a screenshot easily?
Which is going to be an icon, so we don't need it to be that big.
I know, but I guess what I can do is I can make sure that nothing is moving that we care about. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to... So it's square 1:1. I'm going to full screen this. Is there... I don't actually...
Can you set game speed,
I guess it's space,
to 0?
So we can... We might be able to do that. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. This will be fine. So I'm just going to actually, if you were on Windows, you could do print screen. I'm going to be using Command Shift 4 on Mac. If you do print screen on Windows or Alt print screen, you'll get your window contents in the clipboard, and then you paste them into like Paint or into GIMP. What I'm going to be doing here is an interactive screenshot thing that you can do on Mac, where you can actually just specify the values here. So 584 by 584 looks square, so let's go with that. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And we don't support square aspect ratio. That's the reason things were cut off. And if we hit play again, you'll see that everything's still back to the good old normal. So I'm going to quit this for right now. And we're going to open up our screenshot. Alright, so this is going to be our icon. Actually, I didn't want to quit Unity. Let's go back to Unity. Make game now. And we're just going to put this in. I'm going to create a new folder called icons. And we're going to call this game icon. We're going to throw it in there. And then what we want to do is on this one, we want to set it to a advanced. Just texture. This will be fine. We want to have it clamp. We want filter mode to be bilinear. And we want max size 1024 is fine, and we want it in true color. We don't want it compressed in any way, because we want this icon to look really good. Now, to actually make this our icon, all we have to do is we go into project settings, and we go into... So I'm a little worried about the size of this icon, and the reason I'm worried about it is because if we Apple icon submission sizes... So they actually want an app icon for the app score required for all apps 1024 by 1024. This is the reason that I wanted to take a high resolution screenshot. So we might have to reacquaint our thing, or we could just like scale it up and blur it a little bit, and that would be fine. Launch images, so we don't need to worry about launch images. Those are all going to be Unity branded anyway. But yeah, we do need to have a 1024 image, which is unfortunate. So let's actually go ahead and... Oh, I like it so much. And yeah,
You might be okay with a little bit of blur. Might look like they're actually moving into, like the stars.
So let's do that.
To shove the cube.
Let's do that. Let's do GIMP, and let's edit this and make it so that it's 1024. So we're going to open GIMP, and we're going to find in our Dragfire, make a game now, assets, icons, game icon.png. It has a color space embedded. Yeah, converted, I would say. No, I probably shouldn't have done that because now the color's a little bit off. Whatever. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to image size, scale image, we're going to make it 1024 by 1024. We're going to scale. And then let's just do a very soft blur. Let's just do a blur. We will do a blur. That's not great. Enhance. What does anti-alias do? That totally didn't do what I was hoping it would do. Let's try Gaussian blur and see what we can do. I don't really like it looking blurred at all.
Do a small amount of motion blur.
Alright, let's do blur, motion blur.
Centered on them.
So we center it on like...
on the corner of the
cube?
Of the cube and the star where they're about
Alright,
to meet.
so let's look where they're about to meet. That's at 612 by 500 about. 500, yeah, 612 by 500. So 612 by 500. And if we do radial and make it much less crazy, let's make it 5. See how that looks. That might work for us. Let me try the zoom though real quick, see how that looks. So if we do zoom, yeah, I think I might prefer the zoom actually. So let's do a length of 10. That might be too much. Let's give that a shot. Let's just see what it does. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll be our icon. Yeah. Save. I guess we'll put the source file on the desktop, but I'm going to then just save, export as game icon. We want this on Dragfire, make game now, assets, icons, game icon.png. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to check in our existing one. Icon commit, and then once that commit is done, we will change it to the 1024 version. So export, yes, replace. Yeah, all those things is great, are great, is great, whatever. And now we've got changes again. We're going to put this in. We're going to commit this. We're going to call it icon 1024. All right, cool. So now that we have that, I'm going to go into Unity, and we're going to actually set this to our icon. So if we go to Project Settings, Player, and we go to Icon, and okay, this is the override. We don't actually want that. We just want the default icon here. So we're going to put Game Icon here, and this will automatically generate all of the icon sizes that you need for your submission for all platforms, which is great. So yeah, that's awesome. Now remember, the big icon is actually for the store submission materials. It's actually not used by the app itself. That's the reason this only says 152. Just trust Unity will actually do this right for us. I've never seen them mess this up before. I kind of want to see what the icon looks like on a device. I'm going to plug in my... put this on the Android and see how it looks. See if it works right. So I'm connecting the Android. You'll have to trust me on that, and I'm just going to hit build and run. And that will have the latest version of Android. And I'm going to switch the screen on so that we can show things. So I'm just waiting for the build process to finish. Actually, I guess I should do both for right now. Can you see me? Alright. So it's building. It's going to take a little bit of time here because it has to do an asset re-import, it seems, for some reason. So I'm just going to wait that out.
Comments?
Yeah, let's check comments. Redo it. Retake it, but remove the ground and pillars instead to a black background, only showing the star and the cube. I'm going to keep it as it is for right now. We can always change the icon later. Sometimes people change icons as a matter of just giving people something fresh to look at in the App Store. It's one of the things that you can change and actually can increase or decrease your sales. Well, actually, it generally increases your sales when you change your icon. I know that sounds really dumb, but it does. Even if it's a worse icon. So... on iOS, we're probably not... The default settings will actually make this not a square icon. It'll round the corners. On other operating systems, that doesn't get done automatically for you. I'm just going to leave it as square. It doesn't really bother me, but you could always bring this into GIMP and like do a rounding to the corners or something.
I think iOS automatically...
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally automatically.
Did you already say that?
I did.
Sorry.
No worries. Now it's building. Yay.
They also had that.
This is always scary. It says all these deleted game objects when you build for some reason. Oh, that's why it had... Wait, why did it do it? I thought it was on Android. Quit Xcode. What happened that made me not be on Android? Well, that's why the build took so long. Build and run. Make a game now. That's fine. Replace. Yes. Kill it.
I was wondering that too, because we went from BlackBerry to Android.
Yeah.
On, I think, the first episode today.
Yeah, that was weird. Alright. Almost there. Locating a suitable Android device. Compiling all assets into one archive. I'm going to keep this up here. I'm going to keep touching it occasionally. So here's our original icon. Let's see if I can see it. Show it. It's just the Unity logo. It's the one on the right here. The one right underneath my finger. Right above my finger. And so that's our default icon. Oh, and it changed. Did you see that? It changed in front of the camera, so that was exciting. So we've got the full game on here. Let me just make sure that it still runs. Seems pretty great.
You can easily beat your high score here.
Oh yeah, I only have to beat 506. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna get a star.
That'll boost
Oh, no.
you on your way.
I totally dodged the star.
Like a boss.
Oh, double star!
Oh,
oh, I fail. Oh, and that particle does murder the frame rate. I did notice a bug though. When we get to our high score, it increments like a float. So we'll have to fix that. Yep, there we go. High score float increments. If you look at the screen here, see how it has the high score with floating point value, so we want to change that. And it slows down a lot on the death explosion, so we probably want to tone that down a little bit. Alright, so, cool. So, what are we doing? So let's fix that little bug real quick on the high score display. So if we go to display current high score, we don't want game manager high score, we want int game manager high score. Save.
I like the way the icon looks on the
yeah, it actually looks pretty decent.
tablet.
It actually it has the depth trick too on it's not on tablets. It feels like it's more prominent for me on tablets, but it's actually an eye thing. Most people will perceive red in front of other colors, and I'm not sure. Do you get that effect where it feels like it's actually popping out?
No.
Okay. I get it too, all over the place. But yeah, there's our icon. That's probably going to be as good as I can get it on the... Oh, and now there's a reflection of the store through our... Oh, that was because it slept. That was the problem. So, yeah. So, we've got our icon. That's cool. It looks good. We fixed a bug. Let's check that bug fix in. So, this is... I'm going to do these separate. We're going to do project settings.asset. This is going to be icon... adding icon to build. And then separately we'll do, once this is done committing, we will do this as a separate commit. This will be fixing high score display was showing floating point values once you beat the initial high score. Push commits. Alright, cool. Oh, right. So let's look at what we've got left on Asana. So we've got, I'm going to say we've got the descriptions, metadata, we've got the icons, we've got the screenshots. So we're done. I don't know why that didn't disappear. There we go. Remove screenshot utility script. Let's do that now before we forget. So we're going to go into scenes. It's only on the title screen that we actually put this on here. So in Game Manager here, we put take screenshot script. I'm going to remove that component. I'm going to save scene, save project. And I'm fairly certain, I'm just going to double check Game Manager. Okay, so there's no Game Manager on credits. There's no Game Manager on high score. And the Game Manager here shouldn't have it on there. It doesn't. Good. And title screen we already did. So that should remove the screenshot thing. So I'm going to save scene, save project. If we hit play, when we hit P, it shouldn't slow down the game anymore. Good, it doesn't. Awesome. And I think I'm going to... What I'm going to do for the player explosion thing just for right now. Let's go into our prefabs for explode. I want to make it so that it's less particles. Let's make it 500. And let's the collision thing, let's make the collision quality medium and see how that still looks. I don't know what a voxel size is. I guess it's how they save on calculation. Let's do medium and see how that actually looks. Still looks good. I like it. I think that'll cut down a lot on the slowdown on the device. Though I'm not going to test it right now. Let's save scene, save project. Let's do these as separate again. So we're going to commit this one as disable screenshots. Push commits immediately to origin. And we're going to do performance fix for player death. Commit. Alright, so what else do we got to work with here? So let's clean up this stuff. Remove screenshot utility. We need to do that. This we still need to test on other systems, that's why I'm keeping it there. Mobile movement sound is quiet. I'm going to say waved. Not going to worry about it. I do kind of want to fix the audio popping. Because it is noticeable even on mobile. You can barely hear the moving sound, but you can definitely hear the popping. And I'm not quite sure why it's popping. That's the weird thing. Because if we go to our move looped sound, let's see here. If we do play on it, it does have a pop at the end, doesn't it? But when we are moving continuously, it doesn't make that pop. But when we stop, there's a definite pop. So, what I'm going to try is... What is the thing that plays our movement sound? Scripts, play sound on input. There it is. And so if not audio is playing, audio.play, else audio.stop. Let's do a couple things. Let's do audio dot volume equals 0.0f, and audio's at stop. And in this case, we're going to do audio dot volume equals 1.0f. I'm not sure if this will actually solve it. I just want to see if it does. So we'll hit play, and we hit start. Nope, still pops.
What if we don't actually stop the audio, we just set the volume?
Good call, actually. Let's just try that. So we're not going to use audio.stop, or audio.play.
We'll do audio.play and start, I guess.
Audio.play and then audio.volume. Actually, we should probably do audio.volume first. Equals 0.0f. So we'll do that above. Audio.play. Save. Hit play. Okay, well, I messed something up. If not audio is playing... Oh, wait. We don't want to check that. We just want to audio volume equals 1.0f. Save. Play. Start game. Got rid of the pop, it sounds like. Yeah, I'm not hearing the pop. So that is a solution. I'm going to go with it for right now. Sometimes the fast solutions are the best solutions. So, hack to make popping sound go away. We play the audio at the start and just adjust the volume. Though I am curious what my web search did come up with. Wave clicks on audio stop and audio play iPhone. Audio waveform going from wherever it is to 0. Common problem. Work around. Make a simple coroutine to very quickly terminate the sound. It's a bit rough. Here's an explanation of exactly what's going on. Requested page cannot be found. So yeah. So
the next comment after was thanks. That pretty much sums it.
Solved it. Yeah, that pretty much solved it. Cool. So yeah. So I think our solution is gonna be fine for that. So that's good. Audio pop. Dashing does not have affect camera rotation. Dashing does not have a special effect or sound associated. I am going to move both of these because they're not really bugs. I'm going to put these into features we'd like. Oh, we got collectibles bonuses, so let's check mark that. Yep. Cool. So, looking good. Looking real good. So, I checked that in already, right? Yep. I'm going to call that a night. I think we're done. This is our Gold Master candidate. So, I am going to check the comments one last time to see if there's anything that's time for an optimization pass. Yep, we will probably do some optimizing, especially as we start doing the publishing stuff for the various platforms. Is it bad practice to build a Dropbox folder and use that to deploy to mobile? Build to a Dropbox folder and use that to deploy to mobile. Actually, in particular on Android, that works really well. I don't think you can do that on iOS because they won't allow you to take a package file and install it using using the operating system. But on Android, you can totally do that. I would say this is not bad practice. I will say that using Dropbox as version control is a bad practice. A lot of people will, if they have a team, they'll put their project in Dropbox. There's so many files that get changed, and there's files that are specific to your operating system where you'll start stepping on each other real fast, and it starts generating all these files that say conflicted and stuff. And so I don't recommend working with a team on Dropbox. Dropbox is fine for storing your own files or for storing build targets, but don't do cross-development on Dropbox. I can't recommend it. Definitely use Git or SVN or Perforce. Just pick something. Don't use Dropbox. I'm a very big fan of Dropbox. I probably am not going to be showing it on the show for this series because unfortunately Dropbox Free doesn't allow you to do web deployments anymore. I used to use them for web deployment. Google Drive still allows that. I don't like Google Drive nearly as much, but the fact that they allow that means that's what we're going to be showing for when we're doing the web distribution stuff. So anyway, I'm going to call that the episode. Thank you very much. We made it to Gold Master. Now we just have to publish these things. This is going to be exciting. I'm super excited. I'm excited to see how much failure can happen on camera live when publishing things, because I imagine it is a spectacular amount. So please bear with us when we start doing the publishing stuff, because things can get hairy. And it might just go smooth. We'll see. Never has in the past. So I'm not crossing my fingers or holding my breath. You shouldn't either. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please email me, pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. Send Phil a tweet. He broke his arm. At Magmalemur. MAGMALEMUR. Support the Kickstarter. And you guys have a great night. We'll see you at 6:30 PDT tomorrow for our first submission. It will probably be either iOS or Android. I'm probably going to be doing iOS because I want to get the hard stuff done first.
How long does Android usually take to pass a submission?
Pass submission, it usually takes about an hour, a couple hours.
Wait,
between.
really?
Well, I mean, they don't. Well, okay, so they might check more things now, because Justin just did a submission and he said he was shocked at how much they checked. But in the old days, they didn't check anything, but it took about an hour for it to propagate through the servers to be available for everyone to download. Which is awesome. That's great that you just put it on there and it shows up on the store. Evidently, they've gotten a little bit tighter according to what Justin has told me, but hopefully it will be still easier than iOS. iOS takes like a week for them to review the game, so we're definitely not going to real-time wait for a week while that goes through.
Optimistically speaking, though, we could try to submit early on tomorrow, and then by the last episode, we might.
Well, the last episode is going to be this Friday, so
I mean the last episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
If we.
Oh yeah, we might. Yeah, so if we submit
in like the first episode, then.
So maybe we should do Android first, so that we might have something done by the third episode. We'll consider it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. You guys have a great night.
And we'll see you tomorrow, or later today if you
are already on tomorrow.
Or are from any one of several tomorrows.
There's so many tomorrows.
Watching right now.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a future person, you'll just be seeing the next episode soon.